I am going to make absolutely crystal clear in this House right now that this bill is about children's protection and for those most vulnerable children that are being abused and neglected right now. And if you want to cut to the facts of it, we get over 150,000 notifications to Child, Youth and Family the last 12 months, of then 61,000 with further action required, over 21,000 substantiated cases of abuse and neglect. That abuse and neglect has been increasing over a period of time because we have more notifications, which means we're getting to more of those children. It equally means, if you're asking for my opinion, we're getting to about a third of them. So that means we have at least another 40,000 kids, in my opinion, that are out there that are quite frankly living little lives of daily hell that we are not addressing as we should be as a parliament. And so this bill goes some way to addressing that. And that member can talk about broadening this discussion out to all of those children that she purports to be living in poverty, and I can tell you we would not be addressing those most vulnerable children if we did that, because there is a need right now for these kids to get the kind of response that they need. They need child protection policies in schools, in NGOs, in government departments that have got a much better training behind them. People know where to go to. We know perfectly well that there are cases right now where children are being abused and neglected, and there are professionals that are turning a blind eye because they don't have the right policies, the right training in place, and are not doing the job that they should be. So that member can get up in this House and do her little call about how she thinks this needs to be broader and reach all of these hundreds of thousands of kids, where the reality is, to this country's shame, we have kids that need us performing better now, and this bill goes some way to performing that. It has to go further. It has to go to what is happening in our communities, in our streets, in our households. There needs child protection policies that actually go across it. It needs chief executives that are standing up and taking a stand against it. That member just needs to spend some time out there talking to some of these children that have been sexually and violently and emotionally abused, and then ask herself if standing up and talking about a measure of poverty at this time, when you have one of the most critical bills, in my opinion, going through this House this day in its committee stage. So that can be where the debate wants to go for that member, but actually this is what this bill is. I've always owned it's for the protection of our most vulnerable children, of which there are tens of thousands that we have a responsibility to stand up and address in this House.
Asanati Lolo Taylor. Order. I've called Asanati Lolo.